Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Curse of the Dead Gods. This is a game that we're sort of returning to today. It is a very tight indie roguelite. Came out of Focus Home actually, which was kind of interesting at the time. Focus Home is very much a AA production house. And this was kind of, if I recall, this was kind of a smaller project when it did come out. However, a fantastic one. Let's just start a totally new slot. It's cool. You're sort of Indiana Jones dungeon delving. Very, very tight combat. That's the best word to describe it, right? Highly punishing, but highly rewarding if you can actually land all your combos and your iframe windows. Big part of like constantly being cursed and having to balance that against your overall progress. It's pretty cool. You have a couple of weapons in your moveset, and you build around that basically. It's really wonderful. When I saw it was kind of on, I think it's on sale at the moment. By the time this video goes up, sure. Oh, what a great opportunity to go back to something that's just so fantastic. Right, here we go. Let me loose. So because we're starting totally fresh, it probably will tutorialize a little bit. Also, there's a progress component. So light and dark as well is pretty cool. So we've got a button, like A is actually the torch, whereas you can see X and Y are my two weapons that I've got there as well. You want to fight in the light if you can help it. Enemies hit harder in the dark. Though, I think you might hit harder in the dark as well. If I recall, there's an advantage. You could potentially intentionally build for the dark. A high risk, high reward. Kind of reminds me of Dark Runs in Darkest Dungeon, right? You can snuff the torch on purpose to try and leverage that. Yeah, right. So every time you open these doors, you get a little bit of a curse. It's kind of a built-in doom timer. I think when you hit the max curse, either it kills you and just ends the run, so you have to be careful feathering it, or it debuffs you in such a way that it's very, very bad. So, yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good coming back to it, actually. I think the graphics are really nice, and this sort of small set style of design, it's quite cute. Light reveals hidden traps. Standing in darkness increases all damage you take. Watch out for the indicator at the bottom of your screen. It tells if you're in the light or the dark. Use torch to equip and attack your torch. Torches can spread fire to braziers or enemies. Elements on fire spread light around. Yeah, so you can actually set enemies on fire as well. Now the braziers can get smashed. You have to be careful. Use dodge to quickly roll. Each dodge uses one stamina, visible at your feet. See it in a little picture. Once the stamina is depleted, you can't dodge anymore. Stop attacking or dodging to replenish. I think if you parry... I think if you actually parry, you replenish a stamina? I'm not 100% sure. Use attacks, blah blah blah. Chain multiple main attacks to trigger a powerful finisher. Right? Use secondary attack to shoot with your ranged weapon. Finishes and ranged attacks require a stamina point. Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of. Nice. Oops. Alright, hold main attack for a while to release a charged attack, uses a stamina point. The secondary shot for the perfect shot, which I was doing already, so it's got a sort of Mario Kart timing window, right? Chain of secondary attack after a series of main attacks to trigger a unique offhand combo. Alright. I'm trying to, I want to... There you go. That's pretty cool. It's got a stun built into it, which is nice. Cool. So there's actually quite a lot of little combos and different ways to play it, and I think it's perfect. The moveset is big enough. Use dodge action to evade enemy attacks. Successfully evade an attack triggers a perfect dodge and will give you a stamina point. Use parry at the last moment. Successful parry gives you 2 stamina points. There you go. I did remember it. Come on. There you go. Looks like it puts him in a shield break state or something. Nice. Well, it's good. It's good dusting off the old mechanics. Into training, very good. More training. Oh, I've made a mistake. Whoopsies. Cool. Give me my loot. Oh, I got all the things. Crystal skulls are powerful artifacts taken from all enemies. They're bound to your character and persist after death. So that's your meta currency, is the crystal skull. Between each exploration, you can trade crystal skulls. Yep. So when this came out, right when the roguelite genre was starting to really get its toes dipped in, I can see if some people missed it. It's so solid and so tight. But now, I don't want to say the market's flooded. In fact, the market's kind of evolving even more. We're moving past these more solid core experiences and more into the Vampire Survivors territory, where they're more idler and they're less involved, right? Lighter, I suppose. That's not a condemnation. I love Vampire Survivors, but it's definitely got a less... It feels like less investment in the session than your more, traditional modern roguelite. There's a lot going on, a lot of change happening in a very short amount of time. Jade rings are gifts from the dead gods. Jade rings are bound to your character. Yep. Access new gear. Right. It's another meta currency. Lots of meta currency for me. Cool, so you choose your path, basically. Attributes, weapon. I don't know, give me a weapon. So we're going straight into a run, that's kind of cool. See, and there you go, we got 20 curse for opening that door. And getting hit by enemies increases your curse as well. So even if you're having like a perfect run, oh, there you go, it's going to tell us now. Corruption gauge. Each door you go through will increase your corruption. For each full gauge, you become corrupted. And crossing next door will curse you. Yeah. Save available? What is the... No, I'm good, thanks. Set the cobwebs on fire. I forgot what the dodge button was. Bugger. Greed kill. Oh, I thought I killed that guy as well. Oopsies. So I'm getting greed kill when I use my secondary. So you gotta watch out for those dudes. They black out the brazier, and that dude actually broke it. I think we've run out of braziers by the look of it. Dude, this is rough. So I've intentionally set him on fire. Good God. After defeating an enemy, the greed kills timer starts. Chain kills to increase the greed count, the amount of gold. Ah. Hitting enemies, perfect dodges, and parries refuel the timer. Right, so it's a combo chain situation that you want to encourage to get more loot. Offerings? Alright, that's right. So you get 3 choices, and they're escalating. And look at that, we've already maxed out our curse gauge. So what happens if I take another 60 curse? See how it's set to 0 now? But it's flashing, like we are going to get curse going through the door. I'm going to give that a go. And see if we still stay on 0, or does it add another 60 on top of it? It does. Okay, right. I wonder if it capped out at 100 or it just ticked over. I'm not sure when it changed from 100 to 0. Anyway. Two-handed weapons. And it's probably worth, like I just bought that because it was the most expensive, but you can see here, each kill restores more stamina, plus 1% base damage per point of dexterity, right? So you have 3 core stats, you can see them down the bottom left, health, damage, and treasure find. Or at least that's what they give you. So you can see blue's called dexterity. So it's strength, dexterity, and agility, intelligence, something like that. Plus 20% damage against uninjured targets and plus 20 crit damage. So this is cool. It's got pretty straight objective upgrades, though there's a scaling component to it with getting blue. Ergo, maybe we want to try and get blue stats before we get other stats. Right, here we go. Give me my mutation. Blurred vision. Now the thing is, and I think this is great, I was waffling about this when we were looking at, what's it called? Last Stand Aftermath. I like the idea of having, or it might have been actually Deadland 4000, the idea of having to deal with negative upgrades more. As opposed to this, like, don't get me wrong, I love the idea of just objectively every level up is a power upgrade and your dude gets more jacked, like in a Risk of Rain scenario. But I like the idea of negative things happening as the game goes on, and you have to basically pick your poison or deal with the negative and work around it. Now, this doesn't let us choose from them, which is also kind of cool. It says, hey, because I think that's the core of role-playing that's lost in modernity, right? Is that your character should have a defect, or your character has low charisma or whatever. You don't get to choose that. You get that given to you, and you have to play with that. And I think that's really cool. But people are so focused on agency and self-inserts that, unfortunately, that's something that's quite rare. My point is, I like this. Mine is part of the map is transformed into unknown rooms, right? So it's cool. Now we're going to have to work around that negative imposed upon us. 5th and final curse, for it will strongly jeopardize your chance of success. Yeah, so the last one's really bad. Oh, I can't just run through? Okay, roger. Fuck. I should actually try out my new weapon, eh? Seems to use stamina to swing it. That's kind of cool. So, yeah, if you're paying attention, correct. Scarlet's not doing very well at this run. But that's okay. Now, what's this? We pick a relic. I haven't earned any money, or very little. And I could offer curse. Plus 4 dexterity. Ooh. Each greed kill removes 2 corruption. That's kind of interesting. Poison attacks. I don't believe I have poison. Plus crit damage. Let's go all in on this one. Big curse. We're gonna die before we end this run anyway. My health is so low. Adjust your current gear. Yep, cool. Got it. See that unknown? That's the curse that we got. That it doesn't tell you what's on the map. Very cool. Torch of Sorrow. Your torch loses its fire and gains lightning properties. It shines with a dark light, still revealing hidden traps. You no longer take extra damage when standing in the darkness. Well, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Ow, fuck. God damn, there's too much going on. Oh, I'm gonna die for sure. Yep. I will be honest, I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting back onto the muscle memory because each weapon is allocated to a face button and your dodge button is right trigger. Now, I'm not saying that these controls are bad or even wrong. I think for what the game's trying to do with the left hand, right hand, two-handed weapon sort of thing, it makes sense to put dodge on right trigger. But my god, it's hard to press that when your muscle memory is always going to be like red or green as a dodge button, right? So, yeah, it's a bit tricky when the four face buttons are four weapons. Anyway, not making excuses or anything like that. I'm just saying it's a little bit cumbersome at first, but if memory serves, it comes good in the end. You get used to it. Blunt claws or chip dagger. And chip dagger? I don't get a choice. But as we upgrade, which we can do here with blessings. That's right. Forsaken weaponry, right? So the green upgrades for the weapons. Weapon altars need to be restored and offer gear before your exploration. More altars give you more choice of starting weapons. So just then we had the one default altar, right? And then you can upgrade the altars as well. It's pretty cool. Divine Favors, I'm not sure what this is. Number of times you can refresh the choices after an exploration. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Well, regardless, $5 seems like a pretty reasonable entry cost for certain things. Gain Fury, deal 50% more damage when you take damage. Whatever, that sounds pretty good. Now, we need to unlock these. Sure. What's the other 5 cost one? Traps deal 100% more damage to enemies. I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. War Mechana. And Gusting Blade. So we'll put some more stuff into the move set. And I can't afford... Oh, I've only got 9. I'll buy this other one here. So I won't strictly equip it. I like this though, how you have to slot them. You can see there, you can come up with a build. So there's still limitations to all of that. Alright, big fella, let's go. Events. The Blood Hunter hunts. Introduction to the Temple of the Jaguar. Okay. Oh, hang on. This. Escape your worst night. Oh, right. A unique tri-event. So this is sort of like... it's almost like elusive target in Hitman or whatever, right? These are your standard runs in the different temples. And then these are like special events, available in 1 day. See, they sort of work as like dailies. Available in 1 day, available in 2 days. I'm pretty sure once you fail this, it's gone, right? So I'm not necessarily going to do that just yet. Let's just do this one. Abilities, gold. Give me attributes, let's go. The Fiery Halls. Yeah, so the combo for the dagger is like a back step. Yeah. And the little fist or whatever it's called. Blunt claws. Just really, really fast, basically. That's the gimmick of them. You can go down side passages at certain points. Here we go. I don't know if the claws have a finisher. See, the dagger has a finisher. Ah. I'm not liking this lack of braziers. Oh. Right. Constitution equals max health. Dexterity increases weapons damage. Perception increases any gold income and the chance that enemies drop gear objects. So that's more of a luck thing. Oh, and okay, right. So it's I can increase both them. Yes, let's do that. Have blood. The greed, though. The greed balance. So obviously trying to get gold income is pretty king, because you'll stop doing what I'm doing, which is just taking as much curse as physically possible. So speaking of, how about we actually go to gold? And I'm pretty sure it'll just give us like a chest. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just lying in the street. Alright, so we've got the old 1-2 combo pretty down. Well, he says as he shanks it. No. Oh, there's my greed timer ticking. I just saw it on the corner. Alright. I think that's it. Oh, here we go. Is that a weapon? Primal hammer. Charged attacks weaken enemies. Oh, that's pretty baller. And then we just get some gold. How much we got there? Like 890. Not bad. Healing. Don't really need it so much. Weapon. Sure. Now we're going to get our first curse. Fool's Bounty. Opening a gold chest now inflicts corruption. Gold chests contain more gold. Oh my god. It's aimed at me. Just the greed loop. Let it ride. Oops. So their little thing snuffs out the... Yeah, so I don't have quite enough juice to kill those dudes in one combo flurry. Ah, bugger. Bit of chaos. Yeah, so that dude jacks other dudes up, I believe. He might even make them invulnerable as long as he's channeling on them. Again, I'm a little bit rusty. What was in this room? Weapon, wasn't it? Well, I'm supposed to pick up said weapon. Here we go, there it is there. More damage in the dark? Okay. So I can afford that with the money. Plus 10% base damage. Charge attacks. Heals increased movement speed. Ooh. Remove 1 corruption for each enemy killed. Restore max 1% of max health for each enemy killed. Oh, yeah. So greedy, Scarlet. Let it ride. Let's give this bow a go. Alright, we can do that. Weapon. Oh, I don't know. I like this weapon. Let's get some gold. Go for a squiz up here. What's this? Offer to the gods for gold? Yeah, let's do that. Plus 15% critical damage. I think there might be a ceiling on how many relics you can carry. Yeah, see, there it is there. So there's a few seats here. You can mix and match as required. Fuck it hell. He's got some pace on him when he wants to get moving. Oh yeah? Killing a burning enemy restores 1% max health. 1%, that would be what, 10 health. Cool, gotta think about that. Attributes, gold. How much gold do we have? 2,000. It's not bad, to be honest. Give me attributes. Drink heartily from the fountain of warm life and ignore the salty taste. All regular healing effects are disabled, except for those coming from blood. Defeating enemies now releases blood instead of gold. Blood quantity is increased by the kill counter. Right, so they don't drop gold, they drop blood, and blood heals me. So that's an interesting augment. Oh shit, that's quite the trap. I was wondering what those explosive barrels were about. It seems the crit hit pens. I remember this dude. He fires. Big gun. Nah. Off to the gods minus corruption. Let's go. So they seem to get a little bit more aggressive in their AI. If you, fall back as ranged. Oh, look at this, I can afford both. Max health, treasure find, offer gold. Cool. Right, well, there we go. Look, so this run's not going to finish just yet. I don't know what I could probably do. Can you just cash out a run? Give up and return to menu. Return to main hall. Your current run's progress will be lost. Let's see if it... I mean, the reward in and of itself is the skulls and meta currency that you pick up, so it's more about just taking the run as far as you can go. Not so, well, that said, there are bosses. There are bosses at the end of each sort of run. You can see that we're going up a tree, and if you do defeat that boss, it gives you a bunch of, I think there's specific temples, because we could choose from the 3 temples, so it might give you some specific upgrade to that. But you obviously will get more upgrades. But the thing is, it's not like if you stop a run halfway, you're not going to be rewarded for your time. You are. It's just that the longer you spend in there, probably the richer the rewards towards the end. It's good though, because that needs to be explained. Some roguelikes, you literally, if you duck out of the menu at half an hour, it just deletes your entire run, no progress. It's poorly designed in that way. But at least this one is accommodating to the fact that normal people have normal other things to do between playing video games. Anyway, Curse of the Dead Gods. It's fantastic. It's great playing it again. I want to play more. So you should check it out, put it on your wish list, pick it up now while it's on sale, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, team, I might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.